You've been there, right? You ask an AI for something specific and you get back this totally generic, unhelpful answer. It's so frustrating, and pretty much everyone who's used AI has felt it. But what if I told you there's a way to flip that script? What if you could turn those vague responses into powerful, precise results? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into today, mastering the art and science of prompt engineering.
So here's the game plan. First, we're going to pinpoint why this problem even happens. Then, we'll build up our skills to craft way better instructions. We'll even look at some super powerful frameworks, dive into advanced techniques, and, of course, cover the common mistakes you'll want to avoid. Think of it as a journey from, total confusion to crystal clarity. Okay, let's dive right in. So, first things first, we need to understand why. Why does the AI sometimes give us those head-scratching generic answers? Why does it feel like it's just completely missing the point? And boom, this slide just nails the core issue. On the left, you've got this super vague request. On the right, a clear, directed instruction. It's literally the difference between telling a builder, hey, build me a house, versus handing them a detailed blueprint. You know what happens next, right? Vague inputs get you vague outputs. But those clear, context-rich instructions, that's how you get expert-level results. So the big question is, how do we get from that bad prompt to the good one? Well, it all starts with a simple but honestly pretty profound shift in how we think about this whole thing. We've got to stop asking questions and start giving instructions, detailed instructions. I absolutely love this idea of world building from Varun Maya. Seriously, think about it. You're not just firing off a question into the void. You are painting a complete picture for the AI. You're giving it all the puzzle pieces, the context, the persona, the examples, so it can build something that actually matches the vision in your head. And this lines up perfectly with how MIT talks about it. They say to think of prompting as programming a machine with words. So you're not just typing into a search box, you're literally programming. Your words are the code. Every single word you choose pushes the AI toward a more specific, more accurate result. Okay, so to help us write that code a little better, Microsoft breaks it down into 4 key elements. It's a really simple blueprint. First up is the goal. What do you actually need? Get specific. Then you add context. The why behind the what. Next, your expectations. What should the output even look like? A table, a list, a summary? And finally, if you have it, provide a source. This grounds the AI's knowledge and keeps it on track. All right, so let's see how we can put these elements together into a practical step-by-step formula that just makes this whole process way easier. So Google has this awesome 5-step framework called TCREI. And if you need a way to remember that, just think thoughtfully create really excellent inputs. I kind of like that. It's a whole cycle, right? You define the task, add your context and references, then you evaluate what you get back, and then you iterate to make it even better. Let's actually build a prompt right now, piece by piece, using this framework. Okay, step 1, the task. We're saying generate 5 ideas for a new high-performance sneaker line, and we're even telling it the format we want. List the concepts and materials for each sneaker in an outline. Pretty clear, right? Simple enough. Okay, next up, we add some context. We tell it the sneakers should be made for athletes doing cross-training activities. This is so important. It's like putting blinders on a horse. It focuses the AI on our exact goal. We're not going to get random ideas for like hiking boots or ballet flats. And finally, step 3, we add references. Here, we give it a couple of examples of what we're looking for. This is a super powerful technique called few-shot prompting. We're basically showing the AI, hey, look at this. This is the kind of thing I want. Follow this pattern. This gives it a clear benchmark for style and quality, guiding it to create something that's actually in line with what we're imagining. And that few-shot technique, that's just one tool in the toolbox. Like for something really simple, say summarizing an article, a 0-shot prompt is totally fine. You give it 0 examples, you just tell it what to do. But for something more nuanced, you can use role-based prompts. This is where you tell the AI to act as an expert, You are an MBA professor, and that just taps into its knowledge in a whole different way. The whole point is you got to choose the right tool for the job. But here's a crucial thing to remember. Your first prompt? It's almost never your last one. The real magic of prompt engineering, the place where you get those amazing results, it happens in the follow-up. It's all about refining your instructions based on what the AI gives you back. So you really have to adopt this ABI mindset.
Always be iterating. You have to treat it like a conversation. If the output isn't quite right, don't just scrap it and start over. No, you treat it like a dialogue. You give the AI more specific feedback and steer it in the right direction. And hey, if you get stuck, here are 4 really simple ways to get back on track. First, you can always go back to that TCREI framework and just get more specific. Or you can take a really long, complex prompt and break it down into shorter sentences. You could also try totally different phrasing, maybe an analogy. And finally, you can introduce constraints, things like only use artists from this region. That can really help narrow the AI's focus.
Okay, here's a pro tip. A really cool advanced technique. It's called meta-prompting. Basically, if you're not sure how to make your prompt better, just ask the AI to help you. You can literally say, hey, I want to build a SaaS product. Can you make this prompt more detailed and precise? It turns the AI into your co-pilot, your partner in the process. It's awesome.
Okay, so now that we know what we should be doing, let's quickly cover a few common mistakes that can totally derail your prompts. And more importantly, how to fix them.
All right, mistake number 1, being way too ambiguous. Saying something like, make it better is, well, it's pretty much useless. The AI has no idea what better means to you. So instead, you have to give it specific, actionable criteria. Things like improve the code's readability by adding meaningful variable names. Now, that's something it can work with. Okay, the second common pitfall is information overload. Just dumping an entire code base or a massive document on the AI it's just counterproductive. It gets lost. Instead, you want to be more like a surgeon. Give it only the specific, relevant context it needs for that one particular task. Be precise. And number 3, and this is a big one, tell the AI what to do, not what not to do. See, these models are trained to follow positive instructions. When you say do not do this, it can actually get confused and sometimes focus on the very thing you told it to avoid. It's weird, but it happens. So instead of a negative command like do not ask for my interests, give it a clear positive one, like recommend a movie from the top global trending movies. Much better. All right, so let's wrap this all up. Here's your final prompting checklist to take with you. Be specific, clear, and concise. Always provide context and a clear goal. Use a persona whenever you can. Define the output format you want. Give it examples. And you knew this was coming. Always be ready to iterate. Really, mastering these habits is what's going to take your prompting skills from, just okay to truly expert level.
When you really think about it, what's so powerful here is that prompt engineering isn't just about getting better at talking to an AI. It's really about getting better at articulating your own thoughts with more clarity and precision. It forces you to perfectly define the problem before you can ever hope to get the right solution. Which leaves us with one final question to chew on. What problem will you define next?